the switcheroo thing that we doing with the offensive line. This one time chance, I gave it. I was with JPJ playing guard because I think he'll be a good guard, but it didn't look like it worked out. It looked worse. It looked worse to me. What do you think about that? And then you can say to players that you expected or did good and did bad. So give me that. Give me that reaction you have to the offensive line switcheroo thing, and did it pan out for us?
I never was on board with him going back to guard. I was hopeful that he would stay at center because I know there's a benefit for a rookie, now sophomore player staying at a position and not switch swapping. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
has to you what is it, the good at multiple things but not a master or whatever. You guys know the saying. I always mess it up, but when you got someone trying to do multiple things, it doesn't benefit a player. So having him at center, I felt was the best move. So the experiment needs to be over. Simple as that. Now, offensive line, and you talked about Genty. I gotta give Genty a pass. I like what I saw out of Genty, you know what I'm saying, as a player by himself, but he's not going to have success if this offensive line doesn't continue to get better. And that's exactly what I said about bringing him to the team because everybody was like, oh, we got to go get Genty. Oh, we got to go get Genty. Oh,
I
we got to
was. I
go get
was.
Genty. And I said, if we don't get this offensive line together, he's going to look just like all of our other running backs that try to play running back for us. And that's exactly what we saw. There was a point in the game when I was scrolling through Twitter and looking at Instagram, and they had a graphic, and I don't know if that still holds true, but there was a point in the game where he was -1 yards.
He got it. That's what he ended up with.
So
That's what he ended up with.
when you have that type of situation, that's exactly what you're going to see, and that offensive line definitely needs to get figured out.
Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks, 2 weeks, Swan. Can we pass that up in 2 weeks? Because it's go time, bro. It's go time, game one, bro. You know how I am, Twan. I don't play around game one, just trying stuff out. We
Yeah.
did that already. And it wasn't this dude, I'm with you on the way Genty was those dudes were there and before the line. They even tried to do zone and they blew that backside zone play
They,
up,
they were in his lap.
up. And there's no justice to that. You gotta hit the perimeter. He couldn't even hit the perimeter. You know what I mean? And I don't think Miller was in. I think no Miller was in there, but that whole left side just I felt bad for the dude. But I did notice that he wasn't. That was like the play right there. Where he's like, oh shit, these guys are fast. These guys get here. You know what I mean? He does it with his own defensive lineman, but those guys are quicker when they really want to get you. When they really want to jack you up, they're gonna be there fast. He learned that quick. So I wanted him to get more carries. If he would have got the carries that Collier had, and then I think I was expecting maybe 10, not just a 3 and out, and that's it. You know what I mean? What Callis did he got calloused up because he got hit by a lot of dudes in those three plays. So he got a 4 yard gain, first play, first run. I said, all right, all right. After that, downsize, bro. That
And,
offensive line was terrible for him.
and
I
that's
seen JPJ. I watched JPJ, bro, and he wasn't playing good left guard.
yeah. And Gravy, that's
Right guard, right? He was right guard. He was a
that
right guard.
that's that's why that's why I'm okay with the snaps that Genty got because we don't need to get Genty killed in
Mm-hmm.
preseason because his offensive line can't do their job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was as much as we would like to see more of Genty, I'm cool. I'm I'm really cool if this is what the offensive line is going to do. We
It gotta get better. It's gotta get better, or Janty ain't gonna mount the shit. And I don't want to talk about this this excuse for the offensive line not being what they're supposed to be is valid in this situation right now. That offensive line was terrible yesterday.
and,
Terrible.
And you know what makes it worse, Gravy? Is that it's preseason. And what do they do in preseason? Everything is vanilla.
Even that.
There was nothing exotic about
That's
what
what I
we
said.
did. And if they couldn't execute the basic, if we
The
couldn't
basic
get
trap
pushed
play.
on the basic,
Outside zone play. You seen it coming, and everybody was in the backfield already. That whole right side of that defensive line was in the backfield, getting Genty. There was nothing he could do. Nothing he could do. So the first play was an inside run, and he got yards on that. And then they got away from it, which makes the guards better. It looked like they did, but when these guys they were zoning it out, bro. When they had Cam Miller in there, they were zoning, and then they just said like, forget the run. They did what they did last year. Forget the run. We're gonna let Aiden O'Connell throw the ball 30 times. Did you know he threw the ball 30 times, bro? Aiden O'Connell was out there throwing the ball 30 times. Were they trying to see if this guy and his weenie arm little throw Thornton's gonna cause damage? Thornton's gonna cause damage from Seaman. But everything else, bro, he's gonna have a problem with because he ain't got that route tree yet, and we seen that.
oh
We
oh
seen that.
oh you're let me stop being petty. I'm so I did a whole video on the whole situation of Thornton. I'm not as much as I identified him in the draft. He's not that guy yet. And people need to stop trying to push him. I think Jack Best is a better wide receiver than Thornton. To be honest with you, because I seen Thornton take some breaks. I don't know if you
Can't
saw
do
that.
that. I
And,
seen it, and I heard Jeff say it. We were the only ones saying it. Everybody else is saying Thornton looked good. Thornton looked good. Where did you see that? Where did you guys see that?
and and and
You
where
got that. You got that one ball. He got that one ball. He dropped another one, and the other one was underthrown. But he had that guy beat.
and what happened? Excuse me. And what happened to when the ball's in the air and you know the ball is short? Why are you not going back to where the ball is?
I think that ball wasn't like a deep. It was just, and even the DB went back to get it. So he threw it way
Yeah.
short, bro.
But he should have played. He should have, instead of being wide receiver, he should have turned into a corner at that position. He just
That's where they
let it
say.
happen.
And then he did his
No
enthusiasm to go
pause.
get the defender. The enthusiasm to go get the defender, and when he got the pick, wasn't
Exactly.
there. I seen that. So that's rookie shit. That's rookie stuff. I see, Twan. And this
And
guy's
go ahead.
number one for us. Number one for us, bro. Number one. So that's the things that I said earlier. I go, don't. This guy's gonna do dumb shit, and we're already saying he lacks the fortitude to go get the football. We lack, but he's 6'5", runs a 4.3. You've seen that. You've seen that, but
Mhm.
we just throw the ball high and let him get it. But what if he doesn't run that route? What if he doesn't get open on the inside? We got to remember that. Oh, he could clean it up in 2 weeks. I hope so, but because it looks like he's always been that way, bro. That's what it looked like. It's always something that he did, taking
He
plays off.
he has to have the mindset that when that ball is in the air, either
Go get
I'm
it.
getting it or nobody's getting it. And he did not do that.
I think that it was tough for him to go back and get it because it was way underthrown. It was like 5 yards underthrown. That DB had to come back to get the ball, but just the way that he just let the dude catch it and take off. He could have took off. He could catch the guy. Obviously, he could have caught him and made the tackle. That guy got a couple of yards after that, man. He could have prevented that. I just didn't like that attitude. And the attitude of you're not getting the ball, don't finish your job because that means something. You got to do your route, and that there's a reason why you're doing that long route. There's a reason why they're doing that. That you're not doing it. You're lacking. And I seen it. If you look at the game again, if you're in the chat, look at the game again and keep an eye on Thornton and what he does. If he's lollygagging around doing slow route. Now we're impressed that this guy runs a 4.3. It's not up to you when you do that. You have to do it every play, bro. And that's one thing that he's gonna learn. You being a rookie, you got to go all out.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. and I seen him lagging. Jeff seen it, I seen it, and look, obviously you seen it. So tell me what dudes balled out for you in this game. What dudes were you impressed with?
You know, everybody's been talking about it, and I'm glad that they're talking about it because prior to this, there was a lot of people that were just acting like he was not even going to make the team, and that's Jamal Adams. I was excited. I was excited when they brought him in because I knew that no matter where they were going to put him, he was going to, whether it was safety, whether, you know, they got him now at linebacker, he was actually going to do exactly what he did. There was a lot of plays where he actually was on the backside of the play and was still getting
went over
and got it done. So, you know, I'm excited about Jamal Adams and what it looks like they're trying to do with him. You know, another guy that stuck out to me, Cam Miller. Mm-hmm. I'm still on the wait and see. You know what I'm saying? He's still a rookie. He's still trying to learn this game, and obviously he's in the third seat at quarterback. But I like what he's doing, and let's see how that progresses. Outside of that, man,
it's hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard.
It is really hard. I can't even say nobody in the secondary. I can't say anybody on the offensive line.
Palomar with his pick. You got to give it to Palomar with his pick.
Yeah.
I think this. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I've always had a problem with the secondary, bro. I've always had a problem with the secondary, and I've always had a problem with us losing Christian Wilkins. And now everybody's at the point to where, forget him now and all that stuff. No. Christian Wilkins was a big asset for this team, and we didn't get anybody to replace him. We got a bunch of guys that we say can do that, but they didn't. No Lalu, that guy expected to play. 2 penalties. I don't know if it was a holding penalty or if it was offsides. If it was offsides, I'll be even more pissed. But there's no way a defensive tackle should be holding an offensive player unless he has position over you and you're getting beat. You know.
So, speaking of offsides, and I hate to beat the horse dead, but did you see Thornton go offsides, and then like the play like maybe a play or two before that, he ran past the line of scrimmage to line up.
It's just so basic stuff, bro. I wasn't gonna mention that rookie shit. You know, you got to know where you are in the field. There's just so much things to process. That's why I don't want to be. I would have been more impressed all around if some things worked out. But Twan, we've seen the same shit we've been seeing for the last 4 or 5 years that Patrick Graham has been here. We couldn't stop the run, right? They had 170 yards rushing amongst 5 guys. And then that the third string guy, because they have Charbonnet and they got Kenneth Walker the third as their starter, and they got Charbonnet there. They didn't even play. And so Halani goes in there and gets 71 yards against our guys, bro. And a lot of those guys were in there for a while. And we got 7 linebackers that's supposed to be great at stopping the run, bro. And then the only one that stops the run against that offense, and does anything close to that, is a guy that plays safety and just first game playing linebacker. Jamal Adams goes out there and stops it 3 to 4 times. 2 of them behind the line of scrimmage. That's what your linebacker needs to do. Where's Pratt?
Yeah.
Where's this Landon Roberts guy? Where's Devin White, the side-to-side guy? Fuck, Adam. Our safety convert a one game linebacker, never played linebacker before, shines at linebacker. Where's these guys at?
I do like, you know, and you said it earlier, and I talked about it, you know, going into the season, you know, the possibility of us actually having 3 linebackers out there, but that the production still needs to be there. I like that we have 3 linebackers out there.
They were out there for a part of time, bro. In the second half, they were out there, and Landon Roberts was out there. Pratt was out there. You know,
Yeah,
Jamal Adams was out there in the second half, and they didn't.
everybody played.
But we couldn't stop the run, bro. Inside runs, and it wasn't like they were doing anything flashy. It was just basic shit, and we couldn't hold that. You know, 171 yards is bad. You know, it's
Yeah.
bad. And like middle of the field catches with tight ends, bro. What's our problem, Twan? Middle of the field catches, first downs, third downs. We can't stop. 39, bro. They get a tight end catch in the middle of the seam. And a corner. A linebacker is covering the dude, and the corner has to make a tackle. Your corner shouldn't be tackling fucking guys there. They should be covering somebody. God, our misconception of football is different because we're so bad at that, bro. Why can't we just be a basic defense and cover people, stop the run, and it was all fine and dandy like we think it is? And I know it's one game, and fuck, I can't be the sour note, Twan, but
I'll throw a positive. I'll throw a positive out there just to help people. Did we really get beat over the top?
No, that's not going to happen. They didn't really go after that. They concentrated on what we were bad at.
True.
And I seen that. Not deep routes, because they know these corners are fast. You know, they know D-Cam's a 4-3 guy. He can recover, but he didn't have a good game. He was getting past his I seen the back of his jersey a bunch of times. Stokes, the limited times he was on it. I told you about Stokes.
And that's why, you know, people were grilling, you know, some of us about the whole, oh, our D line is going to help out our secondary and our secondary is going to help out our D line. No, you can't rely on that.
Not right now.
And
where was our dude, bro? Where was our guy, bro? I'm getting chats in here earlier, Twan, that this bullshit again starting, the excuses, right? And what I'm saying here, Twan, the reason why I'm having this live is that, okay, I'm not saying I'm not looking forward to us get better next game, right? I'm not saying that. There's things that we need to work on, and that's what I wanted to talk about. It's not a negative, we're fucked up for the season type show. I'm saying, what did we do wrong? What did we do bad? And it first started out the way we came out. Our attitude to play football, our tenacity with this Pete Carroll enthusiasm, and he was more rowdied up and fucking getting down the sideline more than our DBs were, bro. He was running down the side. It looked like he was pissed off most of he was talking to the refs and all this shit. You seen him doing that?
Yeah.
And that's the way type coach he is. But damn, man, that interaction that's supposed to come off with Pete wasn't in our team. That wasn't a Pete Carroll coach team to me, what it looked like. It wasn't. They didn't rub off on him or something. I don't.
The only thing that I would say, Gravy, to, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. The only thing that I would say is because they may possibly, because I listened to Pete Carroll today too, and he was talking about we were trying to keep everything very vanilla. You know what I'm saying? That does not give the excuse for, you know, the intensity of play. But yeah, that's the only thing I can say is they kept it basic, and maybe it was a little way too basic. But the intensity wasn't there.
I expect everyone to say that. And, you know, but I can't see, you know, there's, oh, man, I'm so pissed. Just like with this.
It's frustrating.
Just like what Augie said, bro. And everything's going to be, what you seen yesterday, everything's going to be all right now. You know what I mean? Augie, it was bad last night, bro. It was bad, bro. We shouldn't be playing like that right now for did they meet your expectations yesterday, what you thought? And I'm not saying 50 points. The people that you were concentrating on, people you were looking at, did they play to your expectations? Who did? Who did? Go ahead, Twan.
One person, Jamal Adams. AJ Cole. I give it to AJ.
He put us in good field position.
I don't know about Daniel. Daniel got me a little shaky. I'm just being honest. I'm putting it
Mm-hmm.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel wasn't Daniel that we know.
I think that there was one situation that it was odd for Pete Carroll to do that and rush all them motherfuckers out. You don't want to do that. You remember how he got rushed out there to kick
Yeah.
that field? That wasn't right. You know what I mean?
Well,
But I
and
would have.
I don't
You
know.
gotta be ready for that. He should be ready for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the again on top of my head. I don't know what the timeout situation was. I think it was a situation where we didn't have timeouts, so it was
Mm-hmm.
like get a quick 5 and let's try to go for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
still, that's still in preparation, right? Like you're going for the
You should be
5,
ready for that.
but on the sideline, you're telling everybody special teams get your butt ready. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a good workout for them, definitely. Because we might be in a situation, you know what I'm saying, sometime this, in this week, coming forward, that we might be in the same situation where get a quick out, 5 out, and let's go ahead and kick this thing.
I would have let going offensively. I would have let Gino do something like that, bro. He did it with Thornton in the beginning, but were you tripping out that screen that they did, that bubble screen that they did to Jacoby Meyer?
Mhm.
Just the personnel, what? Just, when did you watch your fastest? When did you let Trey or Dante Thornton? It might be tough for Dante Thornton, so he's so tall they can see him. But a little guy like Thornton, that'd be the perfect guy to do that. I don't know about you know Jacoby Myers getting a little screen, but you can try it out. But we didn't get nothing off it. Well, he dropped it.
That's rare, because remember, Jacoby is
He didn't drop a
one of the
ball.
more sure-handed ones we have. You know what I'm saying, on the roster. So that one's really surprised me. That he dropped that.
I wanted Gino out there a little bit more. I would have gave him more shots to get going a little bit. 3 and out and then punting. Um, would have trotted him back out there for another series. Maybe could get the first down or something. You know what it is to get a first down. Hurry up and see that tempo with the starters in there. I would have
Yeah.
liked to see that, but and
I
then they probably said, "Hey, one series, you're out." And if that series lasted longer, he would have been in longer. We know all that, but he didn't get a big chance. I didn't see a lot.
It seems like, and like I said, I listened to Pete Carroll, today. It seems like the ones may get a little more this coming week. So we'll see, how long they go. Will they go a quarter? Will they go a half? You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
I think to be honest with you, we need to have our ones out there.
It looks like it.
They need as many, because again, how many games we got? 3 in the preseason.
Yeah,
So you run your ones in week 2, and then week 3 you just trying to see
the
the
little
the
dude.
the bottom barrel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't give a shit about that third game. Probably won't even watch it. But the only time I watch that will probably be for Cam. I think Cam should play that whole game, and you see what he can do. But he ain't gonna be with the dudes though.
Yeah.
And I've been saying, bro, and I reiterated, you're famous for the what is it?
Cheap labor.
Cheap labor, the cheap labor. I go, we've been doing this for years, Twan. I've always disagreed with you. Me and you have been having battles because of that. And I think it's affecting us now. I think it's affecting us now. We have money, Twan. We had money. And we're so happy about that. But now it's one preseason game. And this ain't a bash Raider show. This is to what do we do to get better next game,
Mm-hmm.
right?
We got to talk about
We
what
got to talk
happened.
about it, man. We got to realize that it ain't all good right now, bro. It's not good right now. That wasn't a Raider team that I expected to go out there in all phases yesterday. We missed field goals, bro. We
Yeah.
missed field goals. We weren't ready to go out there as a field goal team. Our defense let them run against us, passing in the middle of the field, which we always had problems with. We went 3-and-out with our first string, went 3-and-out the second series, and hey, a dirty man. This means anything to you. I don't want to say it out loud, man, but condolences to Dirty's mom. I heard about that, bro. Check her IG. I sent you something, bro. Just want to be cool. And condolences to you, my bro. Stay up. Stay up. You'll be
You know
there,
what
bro.
is we got to talk about it because that's where we are now. I will say this to help everybody try to figure out where we are as a team. Think about where we were last year. Just think about that.
I don't see
Okay.
no difference. I don't see no
I was about
difference.
to say that. I was like,
Uh,
look at how we were last year, and then look how we played last night. Is there a difference? And supposedly
we got better guys.
we got a better team.
Is it coming together? Is it coming together? And then late bloomers, yeah, that happens. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, and this is what we're talking about. We're talking about right now. We gotta. I understand. Hey, it's only preseason, but if you really, really love, and if you're coming at me with chats like, uh, if you're coming at me with chats like, it's only preseason, give us some time, shit like that, and that means like you were, oh, it's all right if Thornton's slow rolling on a play that doesn't go to him. He's not blocking for his running back. If you think that that's all right, then you really don't know. You think mistakes are good, and that's not what football's about. These dudes cannot do that. Are we going to look the same way? No, there was a lot of people in there. Oh, I was 11-5, and now I'm fucking 6 and something. That's a drastic difference, Twan. You're judging the record, but it's been said before that from professionals that we have the 32nd best secondary in the league, and no one pays attention to that. And it freaking showed yesterday.
You I was listening because I tried to, sometimes I like to hear what's going on the other side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the game, but I was also listening to the Seahawks, their media, right? And there was a point in the game where one of the commentators said, the Raiders are doing what Raiders do.
Why is that no surprise, bro?
And I could not, as much as I got my Raider, hat on, as much as I bleed,
Yeah.
the only colors that matter, I could not. I couldn't deny it.
Me neither. And I mean, people might say, "Hey, Gravy, you always talking shit. Gravy's negative." But tell me something positive that you seen last night, people. Tell me
AJ,
something positive that you seen last night that we could talk about in a positive way. Yes, Adams had a wonderful game. Where was our man at? What was our man at? The Max Crosby, the 150, 160 something $million man against number 2, one of the worst offensive lines that didn't change, Twan. That offensive line didn't change, and they were number 2. The twos were in there, right?
mm.
And Max Crosby didn't do a thing, bro. Nothing. Don't you think Max Crosby should dominate? If he's that type, getting paid like that player, first, shouldn't he set the tone for that defense right off the bat, bro? I think so. If it's just me, then tell me I'm wrong, bro.
I think you're right. I think
If he's that type guy, he should have dominated that whole offense. He should have shook him. Sacks.
there should have been some, and I'll say this. Let's just say they did shift their coverage to Max Crosby. Then whoever on the other side, whether it was Kuntz, whether it was Snowden, somebody should have been, you know what I'm saying?
Doing something. Doing something. Doing something. Do something, Max. We're gonna have the same year when you talk all your shit, get all your pressures, but no sacks. And don't come around here, bitch. I expect defensive player of the year numbers from you, bro, because you think you're that type dude. In a situation like this, when you could dominate, do it. Set the tone for that defense, because the way you came out, your defense played like it. And you're the only one we could depend on and talk about that you're going to ball out. You're the only one. And the defense reacted to what you did. The defense reacted to what you did. Where was Adam Butler at? His dominance against number 2 starters. Where was Lalu at besides getting penalties? It's the first preseason game, though, Twan.
I think there was one, and I'll say this. I'm going to have to go back and look at the tape, but there was one of the penalties that he got. I didn't think it was what it was.
What was it? Was he holding or was he offsides and stuff? I didn't really know.
I think it was one of the holds. I think they got him for holding it. And I don't think it was it really was, but
we accepted it.
Still, yeah.
We accepted the penalty, or I don't know if it was even a debate of it was again. The game didn't go to OT. Nah, yeah, I think we were rolling in the second half, but what are we looking at those guys, Jeff? You know what?
Preseason, there's no OT.
Nah, I'm glad it wasn't, because I didn't want to see that shit no more, Twan. I didn't want to see that no more. I was done, bro. I was done after this. Really, what pumped me up for the second half, and it's on TV. It's on right now, so you guys can rewatch the game. The first quarter's in there. Adams made a great play right now, but I didn't see Kuntz. It's sad, bro. It's sad to me when I got to say Tyrese did a fairly good job what he did.
What? Tyree? We got a Tyree sided dog.
2 plays. he got the running back behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's bad when we got to say Tyree Wilson shined for yesterday. But it's expected against 2s and 3s from Tyree Wilson. And then after that, you didn't hear him anymore. So we need that 2-play Tyree Wilson. And I'll give it up. Him and Jamal Adams, maybe. So
Jamal Adams, AJ Cole, Cam Miller. I'm really trying to think about who else.
I know, and the new guy we got, Booker, he's impressive to me.
Yeah.
He's impressive to me. He does a lot of things. That he has moves as a big guy. Not a real big guy. He's barely 300 pounds, but I like my guys bigger. He moves, though. He's athletic. That's what it looks like.
I'm excited to see him, especially because he didn't get much practice. You know what I'm saying? He literally got signed. They gave him a jersey and pretty much told him to get out there.
He's 47 as a defensive tackle. What's up with that? That's good. It's dope, bro. That's dope. I like that. Give me any fucking number. I'm gonna go out there and show what's up. And he did. He outshined any defensive tackle that we had in squad. And this dude barely got there 4 days ago. He barely got there 4 days ago. Luby ain't my favorite player, bro. I don't jack out to that dude. And I'm not.
Who?
And I don't say Paul. You talk about Luby.
Oh.
The Luby 7.0, that's what it is. Another thing, bro, what the hell is Zamir White doing out there getting kickoffs, bro? What kind of dimension of jacked up in the head are you if you having Zamir White out there? He had a kickoff return, bro.
Mm-hmm. The only logic that I see on that is because Zeus has size. They may be thinking that he'll be able to break through the initial line, because that's really what it is on those kickoffs, because everybody's so congested in that, that parallel line type of situation, that if he can break through that, then he's off to the house, because he does have speed. You know what I'm saying? He does have speed and he also has size. The only thing that I will say is, he still kind of has that ball security situation. And that's something that we're going to have to look out for. So he's going to have to continue to keep that ball tight if they continue to use him in special teams.
People are tripping out. I said Tyree Wilson did good, bro. He's still number 9 to me, though, anyway. Thornton can play at the level, might be wide receiver 2. I wanted Isaiah Simmons in free agency. Might have gotten lucky and gotten more experienced version of Jamal Adams. You mean Justin Simmons? He's the one that's out there, right? Justin Simmons is the one that's out there. But we need corners, though. We need corners. I don't know what the stats for Drew Lock were, but and the rookie went out there and got busy. The rookie went out, the Milrow, he went out there and carved us up too, bro, and ran on us. And man, Twan, I don't like saying this shit, bro, but how many years have we been going through this notion that we don't contain the football, bro? How many years is it going to take us to realize that we can't contain anybody since Patrick Graham has been here? Gus Bradley had us sewing up the outside, bro. But in some way or another, freaking Patrick Graham can't do it.
Hey, I remember those days with Gus Bradley. One thing that you knew every game, they ain't gonna run on us. You know what I'm saying? They were not going. They were not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody has a lucky day. You know what I'm saying? You got a lucky week, but in the totality of that season of Bradley, yeah, you was not running on us.
I'll say I got the numbers for Drew Lock 12. He got 221 yards, bro. Drew Lock. He had a career day, bro. Career day against us. And now we got to worry about Drew Lock getting busy on our number ones out there, bro. He started the game. Just imagine, though, Twan, if Njigba was out there and Cooper Kupp was out there and Donald was out there and they have Wright out there and Charbonnet is back. Oh, my God, bro. We're lucky that the receivers for the 49ers are hurt. Their whole room is hurt next week. I don't know if they're getting better. But I know Ayuk ain't playing. I know CMC ain't going to play. So we're going to be in the same situation probably against number 2s. Can we get better at doing that? Can we put pressure on this dude? That's where it all starts, Twan.
And this might be the, you know what I'm saying? I'll say this too as a silver lining. This might just be the wake up call. You know what I'm saying? They got smacked and the point total doesn't show that, but we all know that we got smacked around, and let's see how they bounce back.
Dirty said that extra 3 to 5 yards. He got 21 yards, and I think the distance between when you get the ball, if you get it back in the end zone or around the end zone, you're running to what they have so-called gunners now. It's probably 15, 20 yards. And so he can run. If he gets that load and speed, and I wouldn't want to hit him. But he's a running back, bro.
Zeus, yeah.
And if he breaks through that line, bro, he gets snatched up. He'll get snatched up quick. But if he can bang and then he does it, all for him, he's in it. But basically, he's gonna be what I seen out of Collier outshined him. I like what I seen out of Collier. I knew he was gonna get a lot of reps. So he did. Collier did pretty good. Out of all the running backs, he did the best. So, but our running game was non-existent. He didn't have Aiden out. They didn't have Aiden out. They didn't have Cam out. He did his own running.
Collier flashed a little bit last year. You know what I'm saying? If people remember at the end of the year, Collier was one of those guys that actually, you know what I'm saying? It surprised me because at one point, you know what I'm saying, he was beating out Laube. And
Yep.
everybody was swearing up and down that Laube was the next best thing.
Yeah, we're saying Lucky Tassi look good. So
Mm. And
he
he
looked
has
good.
work. He's really raw, but
He's learning the game. But don't get your expectations that Lucky Tassi is going to break the starting lineup, because if he does, I'm going to be hella worried about our
right?
offensive line play if he's in the game, bro. We can't want Dalton Wagner in there. We can't want Licky Tassi going in there. We can say that right now during preseason game. But those 5 that were out there, man, I'm expecting them to do something different. They really, really let me down last night. I expected a lot from that. So obviously the experiment didn't work, Twan. I didn't see it. And if they give it another week, we're going to put ourselves back. We're going to set ourselves back. Like we do this against San Francisco. Put JP, he didn't look good as a guard yesterday against number 2s, you know. So if you got guys in our division that's going to get there, then put Mufford at a guard. He decorated top 10 guard last year, man. Why we messing with them? The
Yeah.
exchange was good, bro. None of the exchanges were bad on that note, but they were pushing through the middle. Have you seen that?
And we had that same issue last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not last year. I mean, with Andre negative 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the issue with Andre negative 3,000? He was
Little.
light.
Mm-hmm.
And what is Meredith? He's light. So
I understand the quicker guy, because he could get there, but I don't know what the intentions of him moving like that, because that's hard to do. And
he's one of our lighter offensive linemen.
Yeah. They didn't have a good showing, dude. Charles Grant did not have a good showing, bro. And that guy, they did not. They're rookies, bro. They got exposed. Come on, Angelo. You're trying to get, come on, bro.
I didn't expect for Charles Grant and Rogers to do much. You know what I'm saying? They got to take their lumps and bruises.
Yeah. Charles Grant came out that left tackle combo, had a good shot. Nah, bro. We didn't run the football. We didn't pass it. No. I'm sorry, bro. They need a lot of work, bro. We can't do this. If you want to pump up your own mind and say that in the chat, I'm not gonna mess with you, but I'm gonna respond to it. I'm gonna tell you, no, bro, they didn't. But learn your offensive line play and then see if they did good, bro.
We'll talk more about it, Angelo, this weekend.
I expect them to be good players, but not now, bro. We can't be. We're not gonna be good if rookies are out there playing all right. They're gonna do rookie shit, and that's exactly what they got exposed. They got exposed to 3rd and 4th string defensive men, and they got exposed by that. They got a lot to do. They got a lot to work on. But we're over here hoping that Nicky Tassi, a guy from Australia that plays rugby, to be the savior of our guard play. I don't know, bro. We got to get this. This investigation about moving offensive linemen around. We had to be done with it and get right. You agree with that, Twan? You agree with that?
Hey, Gravy, I've been on that boat. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the musical chairs at offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that this year was going to be a little different in regards to the musical chair situation, because I thought my initial thought was like, okay, we got Colton Miller on left, we got JPJ at center, and we got Glaze at right tackle, and all we got to do is figure out who the 2 guards are.
Yeah. Now, what'd you think about? Was it different for you? Did you see like the difference between AOC and the difference between Cam Miller being in? Did you see the speed of the game? Did you see the movement, the way the game was flowing? It was, to me, it was drastic. You know, we can't be out there waiting for this dude to get rid of the ball for fucking 5 seconds. You know what I mean? And we luckily, our offensive line handled what Aiden O'Connell was doing. You know what I mean?
For the
Cam
most
Miller
part.
Cam Miller and went more tempo, more faster out of the huddle quicker than slow ass. And I don't know if you agree with this, dude, but I don't want Aiden O'Connell being my quarterback when we're doing like a tush push situation. Why? And it just lets me know that you're just trying to see things. Aiden O'Connell is not the type of quarterback to be behind unless you got the superior offensive line
I,
to be
I
doing the tush push, bro.
I think we got away with it. Be honest, being very honest with you, I think we got away with that first down
You didn't think we get it? We tried on it twice.
because our O line was not getting pushed at all.
Oh,
The
he like
the
squeezed his
entire
way in.
game.
He like squeezed his way in there or something like that.
Yeah.
You look at other teams do it. The offensive line is pushing that defensive line all the way back. We had to squeeze our way through that shit. I seen Philly do it, man. They got 4 yards on a tush push, bro.
Well, they're originators of you know what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
not
saying,
saying the originators, but they're the ones that made it famous. You know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
they
but why?
should be able to
What
do
is?
that. But uh,
Wouldn't you have, a guy that could run? Do it, slide on the outside, maybe spin around a little bit, get a first down, or a guy that could get to the quicker. We know he's slow, bro. He was doing it yesterday. We know he's slow, and that's just there's only certain quarter, and he is not one of them. He's not one of them. I don't know where the twist was. That's not. That's having a lot of confidence in your offensive line when you already weren't doing things. You got to have a lot of confidence in those guys there, and doing it with second and threes. I don't know, bro. You got to do that
like
in a situation where your first team's out there, so you can see, you know, so you can
the
see if it works.
the only way that I see gravy is if they were just trying to test it out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
That's the only excuse that I have for that because you again looking at the totality of the game, where were we really getting pushed on that offensive line?
No.
Whether it was
No.
the starters or whether it was the seventh string.
Mm.
And I'm
I
being
didn't see it. I didn't see
being
it. I
sarcastic
didn't see
on
it.
that, but
I thought Mostart got his run because he went through that line faster than Mostart got the ball and ran through that offensive line. Dudes didn't even have their hands on guys yet. That's how fast Mostart is, and I love that in him. You're going to see a lot of that, bro. I expect Mostart to have a good, great season because we need that shit. We
he,
need that speed. The offensive line was like, what the? He didn't even get to his guy yet. He was gone already.
he
11
said,
yard run.
he said, I'm gonna get mine before they even think
Exactly.
about messing
And,
up what I'm doing.
and they took it. They took his ass out right after that. Said he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. He had a baby. He's happy. He's good. You know what I mean? That's it. See, if Genty did that, one rush for 12 yards, I would say take him out. He's cool.
They pulled the trigger on a lot of those guys, like Trey Tucker. You know what I'm saying? He was only out there
Yeah.
for a few snaps. I'm glad they did that because a lot of people were talking about, Dante Thornton was going to be, you know what I'm saying, take over for Trey, and Trey ain't playing that. Trey's like, look, I'm the deep threat. I'm the, you know what I'm saying, I'm the speed guy. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
obviously this team feels that way. A lot of those guys, like again, Colton Miller was out there for a few snaps and then he was out. You know what I'm saying? So there's some guys that they're putting on ice, but a lot of these guys, they still got to prove themselves.
I don't know, man. It was just if I'm gonna think that I didn't think Jack Best was in there in the second half. He got a good couple of throws. I think that connection, him and Miller got something going on. They've probably been working with each other a lot. I want to see Besh in there. I just think Besh is a better receiver. You know what I mean? I think he's a better. I didn't like what I seen from
Yeah.
Thornton, bro. I didn't like what I seen. At one game, I expect him to play better. I didn't like what I seen from him, bro. I didn't. He's gonna beat you deep. Expect that. I know that it's gonna be a game changing, and we're gonna love Thornton for that. But the other stuff, the real wide receiver shit, bro. No, not for me, man. Not right now. Not right now.
Your deep threat wide receiver shouldn't be your one or two.
Well, yeah, I think he should be 2, 3. You know, what not what how Raider Nation is expected. Oh, he's our number one guy. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
he's not
he's not there
beyond.
yet.
Yeah,
I,
not there
I
yet.
I don't want to just say he's never going to get there. He's not there
And
yet.
he has the potential,
Hmm.
but I think all through the game, like Steve DeLuna messes up, and this was the next thing on my hit list, that we lost every first down of that game. Every first down, we were behind the chains or added up to it. 2 yards on first down. We have to change that, bro. We have to change that. We were behind the chains. When you're in a 2nd and 7, that's not good, Twan. You
Yeah,
put yourself in a passing situation. You're not running the football. And preseason is situational type shit. The plays are scripted, probably, Twan, but especially with the young guys. But I don't think Aiden O'Connell has scripted plays. I think Aiden O'Connell knows the offense. He's smart enough to know the offense, and he gets more leeway to make his own decisions. I think 2 of those decisions on his own were bad. I think I got a good arm. I could get it to Thornton, and he couldn't.
mm.
And he looked right at that DB, bro, all the ways, all the way. He looked at that receiver all the ways on that second pick he had. You could see him. They did a good thing on NFL Network of his vision of where he was looking at. You look at him, look right at that receiver, and he came down, boom, snatched it from the guy. So he's a looker. It was very uncommon for Aiden O'Connell to do that, but I expect it because he's the best. That's the best you're gonna get out of him, bro. He's not gonna get any better. You have to realize that. I don't want Aiden O'Connell as my. You want to depend on that shit if something happens to Gino? For reals. You want to depend on that, or you want to look forward to somebody that can move around a little bit, get out the pocket, and make some things happen, get you a first down. Because it ain't happening with that dude.
I think they
It ain't
just got
happening with that
to.
dude.
I think they just got to figure out. The other thing is that we don't necessarily know. In regards to Aiden O'Connell and Cam Miller, is the play call situation. We don't know if we don't know if Chip, said, "Hey, I got Cam in here. I can do a little more, I'm saying RPO or whatever, I'm saying, versus, Aiden O'Connell, which we know is more of a traditional,
play action
drop,
guy. You can play
drop
action guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as slow as he is, I don't want Aiden O'Connell dropping back 7 yards, 5 yards, 3 and gun it. 3 or 1 and gun it, bro. Get it. You got that. But we keep having them in shotgun, being 5, 6 yards back and holding on to the football. It's just the way the game was when he was in there, and when it was different when a young guy
Yeah.
was in there. It was just the flow was different. He completed passes. He threw the ball 30 times. I don't want Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball 30 times if he gets in there.
No,
I don't even want Gino. I don't want Gino throwing 30 times, bro.
I will say that, to with AOC, he didn't play. He wasn't completely horrible, but because he did throw some good. There was some good passes within there, but he has to do better than that. He has to do better than that.
2 interceptions is enough, bro.
Yeah,
I mean don't care how many.
And to be honest with you, that was the pretty much the tell of the game. The reason why we were down in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying, to exact points that we were, was because of those 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Because they got points. They got points on those turnovers.
Yep. And that's when we only had 3 points in the first half. I mean, what did we have? We had 6 in the first half, or 13. I think we scored a touchdown. We had 6 for a minute, right? We got 2 field goals. And I'm watching the first half, beginning of the second half right now. It's on NFL Network if you guys want to see it. Take a look at that game and see the things that I was seeing. Aiden stepped up in there and got it. Our tight end room, man, it's been a little clogged up, bro. A little clogged up in it. And we got some good ones that look like we got some good ones.
I like
That's a bright spot. That's a bright spot for that for yesterday. I'll give it to him. Tight end played.
Tight end.
Yeah.
Mayer looked good. What's his Ian Thomas?
Ian
I
Thomas
believe
does.
that's his
Even
name.
Ishmael went out there and caught a ball. Ishmael went out
Mm-hmm.
there, had tackle. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I like too is they had catches and they had tackles on special teams too. So our tight ends, we're probably gonna keep more tight ends, probably just for special teams because these guys are athletes, and we can keep them on the team as special teamers. And then, you know what I mean?
I
Get
think they're
four
taking
guys.
4.
Yeah, they're that good. Those guys, Ian Thomas and Ishmael. Ishmael's a bigger dude, man. He's a big old guy. He's
Yeah,
just about the size of Michael Mayer, bro. And
yeah,
Michael Mayer's a huge man. He's a huge man. He got a couple of throws too. He shine. He gonna have a good season.
yeah.
You know, we know Black Bowers didn't play. It would have changed the game if Brock Bowers played. I think Brock Bowers would have played with these dudes. He would have played with them.
Yeah,
But no one did that, Twan. And there were number ones out there. No one did that. Colton Miller didn't dominate his guy, bro. I haven't seen that. And he's a dominant left tackle. Glaze, I noticed a discrepancy in Glaze's game is that he has a problem with dudes that got banned, bro.
yeah.
Dudes that go in on the outside and they want to swing right there. He has a problem with reacting to that. And
He
that's
has
gonna
he has
and,
trouble with speed rushers.
and if you have one, a Khalil Mack, you know, he ain't just a left side guy like Max Crosby. He don't line
Mm.
up on the left side just like Max Crosby. Khalil Mack goes everywhere.
Yeah, he travels.
He travels, and I think that I would rather put Khalil Mack on the guy that don't work with Ben too good, or Khalil Mack would killed this offensive line inside and out. Number 2, number 3 dudes were getting pressure on our quarterback with our 5 out there that we want. We need to change that up. We need to do it now. Well, they're practicing right now. They need to start get to that game plan and say, "And then look, after the game, bro. After that, did you see that press conference? I think Pete Carroll calmed down a little bit.
He did.
I think he calmed down a little bit because if he felt like me, bro, and I wasn't even a coach, but I was looking at coaching stuff, Twan, especially in
Mhm.
preseason. You're looking at guys, and I was concentrating and I did that hope and wish. Usually, tradition with Raider fans is I had my goggles on for a minute and said, "Oh, this guy," like I had to just succumb to my thing. I said, "Hey, Tyree Wilson had a pretty good game. He had 2 good plays." Out of
Mhm.
the 10 or 15 he was in. But after that, dude, I didn't see nothing from him. He was gone. So I expect Tyree Wilson to take plays off because he's done it before. I don't want that from him anymore. Adam Butler was supposed to be the the bombing dudes on a weak ass off. What was Adam Butler at? Oh, gravy, it's preseason. Watch out. That attitude right there, bro, it pisses me off the most. Because I seen it on. I'm not overreacting and say, fuck it, we're going to lose games, Twan. I'm not saying that. I'm not going
Mhm.
to say that, but we got a lot of problems, bro.
Mhm.
And I've been saying that.
And the problems, and I can almost guarantee you, Gravy, the problems that you saw are the same problems we've been having.
Problems. And then I wanted to change my mind, bro. I wanted to come on here and say, oh, you know what, bro? He's going to have problems. Defenses are going to have problems with Thornton.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Defenses are going to have problems with Bash. The defense
Mm.
is going to have problems with Adam Butler or Koontz. Where were they at?
Well,
What was number 51 at, bro?
and all of that's going to have to be unlocked because of that line.
Next week. Next week. Next week.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying the same shit. I'm gonna have you on, bro. When we play Saturday or Sunday? When do we play? Saturday or Sunday?
I believe it's a
Next week.
Saturday game.
And we're gonna be at home, and there ain't no way that we could come out there and play like this against the 49. That's a rivalry, no matter what we say it is.
Oh
It
yeah.
ain't Battle of the Bays. It's a rivalry. The fans don't like each other. I don't care how many fans are there. I don't give a shit all that. Do we play the same way as last week? We're gonna get our ass beat.
Yeah.
We just all phases. got dominated. And I don't know about 23. That don't mean shit in preseason game. You're looking at people. You're putting people in position to be successful, and we weren't successful.
Yeah.
So we just need to look at that. I'm not saying that it's a lost cause, Twan. I'm not saying it's a lost cause. But
No.
I've been saying we got a problem in the middle of the field. I've been saying we got a problem with the secondary. I don't like the dudes that are there. And we troll them out there, and we got a problem stopping the middle of the field.
I
Our secondary was but Drew Lock balled out on us.
mm,
And now all of a sudden we ain't got no pass rush. So
I think
why?
I think also too, a lot of people are not giving. How can I say it? They're not. I'll say it the best way I can say it. I don't think people are giving the loss of Lonnie credit. You know what I'm saying? I think they were really relying on Lonnie to, you know what I'm saying, sure up that middle of
Middle.
the field, and they're trying to figure out who can, who can do it here or who can do it there. I think Lonnie was actually really like almost like a Christian Wilkins. He was a
Involved
mainstay
in it.
on that defensive, side of the ball.
I
And
can't
they got to figure it out. Either they got to bring somebody in or really figure out who's going to do what in certain situations to cover up for what they were trying to get at Alani Johnson.
I can't accept the fact of you or me saying that, bro. A career gunner being
Yeah,
a big part of this defense. He's never done it. And I'll go.
but
I
Pete
can't.
Carroll said it. He said, "Hey, Lonnie was a huge part of what we were trying to do. We were going to give him the biggest role that he's ever had. You know what I'm saying? He said all that stuff. So I can only go off of what head honcho is saying. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
he's saying Lonnie was going to be that guy for us,
he did.
free safety wise. You know what I'm saying?
I think. Yeah, I don't think Lonnie Johnson would have beat out Palomao. It might have been a close, but I don't. Palomao's our free safety. I don't know if Chin played.
He
I
was in the
think I
box.
seen. I think number 11 was out there, but I don't know. I think Trey Taylor is number 1 now,
He
but
was in the box.
he was he. We
Yeah,
didn't stop the
Chin
run, so
was
he
up
didn't
there.
do what he didn't do what he was good at. We didn't get beat deep. Luckily, they didn't throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
Luckily, but they just manipulated what we've been bad at, bro.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they've been we were not good in the middle of the field. They tied in after tied in after tied in and getting first downs on us again. Let's sew that up, Patrick Graham. What's the problem with it? You can't see that. Damn,
Yeah.
Twan. I'm just repeating myself, bro. I'm just
Because it's
repeating myself,
frustrating. It's
bro.
like, dang, can't we just get it together
I
at
just
least once?
expected so much different. I expected so much different, my boy, and it didn't
Yeah.
happen. And like they broke my heart. Oh boy, they broke my heart last night. For reals. My heart was in it, bro. I was getting ready to take all my shit back, Twan. And that's years of talking shit about the defense, bro. I said, oh, Pete Carroll is gonna change his team with his little mix. It looked the same, but worse to me. Yes, there's shines of light, little peaks of thump like that,
Mm-hmm.
thump, thump, and then it's gone after bad play, a penalty on Lalu. Shucks, stop him at the back, and then you gotta go back. First down. You know what I mean? Shit like that keeps happening. Get that all out right now.
And you know what? You know what kills me even more? There's certain flags that I'm like, okay, I get it, but we getting flags because you can't line up properly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. I'm like, what the you doing? So
Here we go.
yeah,
Radio Nation 510. What's up, man? Thank you for being here with me and Twan, man. You see Twan's stuff. I'm being his letting night by. He got going on in the chat. Check that out, man. Twan got his good game. He's barely getting started. I would see him out that much, but he's coming. I know he's coming. I'm privileged to have Twan in his game out here. First time, very rarely, me and Twan agree on things, and then if Twan agrees with me, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Twan has changed my mind on a lot of things in football, and it's very hard for me to accept that. A lot of people do, you know. Gabe does a lot, and some people I watch do, but usually I stick to my threads, and usually I'm right. Usually, I don't want to happen. I told you, Gravy. I told you so moment. That's what I call it. Gravy told you so moment. I don't want to be that way, Twan. I don't
Me
want to be that
neither.
way again. But very rare that me and you agree on stuff. It looks like we agreed on a lot of stuff about
Yeah,
the game Sunday.
yeah.
I didn't like what I seen. Now, what other things? What other things came to light that we didn't mention that you seen in a bright note? Things that you noticed that I didn't and we didn't, because I wasn't looking at bad shit, but it was very minimal positive that I seen in that game. Minimal positive. Jamal Adams was good, Tyree,
Yeah.
Palomar with his pick. I don't think we're gonna have just 10 turnovers as a team. That's bad, Twan. So we have to get better at that, bro. 10 turnovers as a team, bro, is bad. So I think we'll get more than that.
That's the hope. I think on paper we look good, but they got to put it together. They got to put it together, and I think these coaching staff they got to figure out where they're going to plug these guys. We don't have guys that we can just sit out there. You know what I'm saying? I think we have a lot of rotational guys where he's good at third down, he's good at blitzing, he's good at coverage. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
rotate them guys to get it done. Like again, you don't have that set down and he put him out there and he's good to go all the way through. We don't got too many of those guys on this roster, so it's going to be up to the coordinators to coordinate. Got. I feel like Pops Witherspoon got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. You know what I'm saying? And these coordinators, they definitely, if we're gonna win some games this year, they got to coordinate.
I thought I just expected a whole different team to come out, but I expected, Chip Kelly is a very aggressive guy. He get at you, and change this slow developing play type thing that you have to do. I don't know if it was the offensive line making that play happen or Genty's not at full speed. He has to adapt to getting there like Mostart did. I know Mostart's faster than Aston Genty, but he needs to get out there at least 3/4 as more Mostart.
Yeah.
I didn't even see Mostart hit that hole. He was already getting yards, bro. That's what Genty needs to do, bro. That's what he needs to do. And I know Mostart's faster, but if we could get that, Mostart ought to start.
And that might just be the vet. You know what I'm saying? Vet versus rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rookie still trying to figure it out. As talented as Ashton Genty is, but a vet knows, hey, I got to hit this right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we saw on there.
I like what that one. Mostart don't have to convince anybody on this fan base. Mostart doesn't have to do that. With me, he doesn't have to. We need to get impressed with Genty. I wanted to see more from him than basically three negative plays. He gained 3 yards on one play. That's good. Cool. He banged in there. We didn't see enough of him for me to judge it. But I wanted to see more from him. And maybe we might see him in the 49ers. I hope so. What's good, y'all? Ready? 510. What's up? Chin doesn't need to be. Oh, he got a long one. It was up from the other one. Y'all be going in, keep doing this justice to JT the Brick, giving out participation trophies while y'all give the real scoop. I hope so, bro. Chin didn't. I didn't even see Chin doing anything. You went out there and said, "Oh, he was just covering our suck ass linebackers." Chin's a safety.
Yeah.
He has a responsibility to not get beat deep and cover the corners. He ain't supposed to be covering no linebackers. Linebackers need to cover that spot, middle of the field. Safety can help, but his responsibility is deep.
Hey,
And
yeah.
Jamal Adams is over here, a linebacker doing that. Maybe that's why they have Jamal Adams there, because these other linebackers can't cover. They're known not to cover, bro. Jalen Smith, Pratt, Landon Roberts, Devin White, Eichenberg, and this London, all the Bergs, they're all run stuffers, right? They're all run stuffers, bro.
Yeah.
And we get rushed on for 170 yards against a third string running back for Seattle.
Hey, hey, bro, I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry,
All right,
sorry to cut it short, but it's
that's
it's
cool.
good. It's always good talking to you, man.
Always
And
good. Much love, bro. Hey, get at Twan. You have to roll out right now, but thank you, Twan, for being here, man. Love you, man. I'll talk to you later, okay?
hey,
You have
much
a good
love,
one,
man.
bro.
Hey, I'll tap in with you in probably either today or tomorrow.
All right.
All
We'll
right,
probably have another one. We'll have another one and we'll talk about it.
sounds good.
All right, bro. Thank you for being here.
Uh-huh.
There's my boy Twan, man, coming in this for a little bit. I don't know if y'all got a little bit mad. You guys got a little jumpy in the chat. We'll see what's up. Salute to the 25 up in here. I want to put Amari Gator in there. Amari Gator didn't do shit, Raider Nation. He didn't do nothing. Jaden Smith didn't do nothing. Jamal Adams is the only one that did something there, bro. We did not stop the run. And I know the first game, whatever, but we supposed to be sold up at stopping the run, bro. It's supposed to be so well. I would have took maybe 80 yards rush, 70-yard rushing, but not 170. All the linebackers we got, we had enough for all the spots and all the quarters. We have enough to play. Our back end of the roster should be higher up in the depth chart. What? Who you talking about? Gainer? I don't think Gainer's gonna make this team, bro. He did a good job. He was one of the semi-bright spots. He caught the ball. And there were tough throws to him, and he caught them. I see a lot. I see a good future in Besh. I see him coming along good. If you guys got a football network Raider games on right now, you can take a good look at it and see what I'm talking about. It's barely the second 5 minutes left in the second half. So the third quarter comes in, or the rest of it, we know that we see JPJ and Meredith out there. Why are they out there so long? You should have known already that this little product wasn't gonna work out. It wasn't working out. In my view, they tried again next week. It better work. It better work. I want to see a good running game, a start to it, because we ain't gonna see these guys in the third preseason game. So I want to see some improvement this week until next week. They got a lot of days to work on that. It looked the same. Not if that's what you're saying. It looked the same to me. Damn, you guys try this more often. What's that, bro? Getting together with Twan, but me and Twan been hosting shows for a long time. I don't know the first time you seen, but me and Twan got a good relationship, bro. All of us do. There was a circle of Raider content creators that had a great thing going, and then, like always, things happen, stuff gets said, you know, and it just went. There was good times back there, but some individuals they and people roll with who they roll with. You know what I mean? When you get relationships from this, and you meet people, and it's real good. When it's together, it's real good. But I can't make people do. You know, I have my views on some people. People have their views on me. You know, you guys don't watch me because I'm a certain way. I appreciate you checking me out and doing things, but I'm not looking to say what I say. I'm seeing it. Get the likes up, Night Owl says, bro. Appreciate you, Night Owl, for saying that. Tap in more, y'all. OGs, have a good one. You too, ASAP Hood Goat. Wow. Bahaha. House Junkie says AOC is trash. I don't think he had a good game. He got some throws, bro, but the ones that mattered, he could have got that. He could have got a different throw. He could have looked somewhere else. But that second pick, that first pick was just embarrassing. Oh, it got away from him. That's what I'm hearing. The ball got away from him. Look at the way he threw it. Then why throw it, bro? You can't hang with Thornton's speed. Then why you in there, man? Why you in there with Thornton if you can't hang with the speed? Everybody says you got an arm. I would have had Derek Carr out there fucking throwing the ball to you. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth, bro. That's not good. Tell me what's up, man. I'm gonna stick on here for a couple more minutes. Tell me what's up. Tell me what you guys are going through. Tell me what you're gonna do this weekend. Let me know y'all go camping, you go chill out. It's a hot where you're at, where you from. You know, I got my boy Ray Twan's mixed in here, man. There's no not about gonna tell you for thankful about the Ray Twan and things like that. He's still in here. Here we go. Collier Sincere can fight for running back too. I don't think, but I think Mostard has that sold up. Sincere, Collier, and Sincere, Sawyer, and White are going to be going for that third running back. Luby's out. Luby's a special teamer. He's a special teamer, bro. Gabby, you good people. I see how mature you move. Oh, how you move. You wise OG. Go fuck them others, bro. Real recognized, real, truly entertaining and fun while learning from the dope pod. All right, bro. Thank you for all the inspiration, man. I feel good about that. Made my day, homie. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Come back. Sub to me. Alec, you saying Raiders, what's up? We feel good. Or we getting out of it. I wanted to come early on after the game to see how we felt about how we felt. You know, I only got one or two, chats that said it's only preseason. That whoopty whoop shit. I'm not the type guy that's gonna say, hey, it's the first game of the season, give us some time. Nah, I don't do that shit. I'm a coach. And when you're a coach, you learn yourself, your mind that you win now. You do things you don't do things for later. Wait and see type shit. That's not the flow. It might be the way coaches are now, but my kid was playing for you, and that's the way you are. Wait and see method. I would question what you're doing. We got a coach that said, "I ain't in here for the long haul. I'm in here to do shit now," and I could clip that and say it, but we get into the notion that we're cool, we're gonna wait, but we don't talk about what's going on right now. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the situations we had game wise, and see what we need to work on. Are we done with this tryout with our offensive line? Are we happy what we did offensive line wise during the game? Are we happy about that? But what I'm seeing is that it looked like we got problems. This little workout with the center guard thing, we need to change. Sometimes change ain't for the better. Sometimes you have to change. Now, what is our problem that we have to do this? Have we figured that? I haven't figured it out yet. What was our problem to make Meredith play center and JPJ play guard? And we haven't figured that out yet because we couldn't figure it out yesterday because it was all bad. The pressure on our quarterbacks was there. It wasn't what it's supposed to be. We've been doing this for training camp and OTAs. We've been doing this over and over and over again every day, every day. And we were saying the offensive line looked good. The offensive line looks good. This guy's a beast. The only thing we questioned was the switch. We were questioning that. I was cool with it because I know why they're doing it, but you can't see what's wrong with that offensive line to make that happen. You guys get what I'm saying? What was wrong with the offensive line? Are your young guys not panning out? You know, because Angelo, my transplant partner, was in here saying, "Oh, Grant and what's his name look good." No, they didn't. No, they didn't. I seen them. I seen them. There we go. I ain't panicking about Genty. He only had 3 carries. Me neither. I just think he needs to get off a little bit faster. He needs to get out faster. And I hope this stance thing don't come back. But hey, if you could get off faster, standing straight up, then fucking do it. Because he would look very, very slow coming out there. The difference between Mostart and Genty, the 1-1 Mostart had was the epitome of how to get off on your stance. Epitome. And Mostart's a way faster guy than Genty. But a Mostart does that for us? Wow. The line didn't even get their blocks off, and Mostart was already down 5-6 yards down the line already. You got 11 yards on 1 carry, dude. That's impressive. Go out. I'm cool. Night Owl. I don't like the PG bashing though. PG has been down for what, 3 seasons? He's been consistent. He's a Yale graduate, and I can't figure it out. He can figure it out. We've been saying that for 4 years, Night Owl. The same shit has been happening. I'm not a PG guy. I have to accept that he's with this team. I think PG is getting groomed to be the next head coach of the Raiders. I think he is. He knew the players. He knows the players. Bringing someone in different, unless he was a respectable bashing guy, because I know everybody wanted Salah, but Salah wasn't even, he was good in 49ers. Look at the dudes he had. Okay. I wasn't with Salah. I just wanted somebody different to do different shit, not to sit there and zone playing nickel every play. We were not successful with PG. We're doing the same things that we've been doing for the last 4 years that were bad. We couldn't stop on third down. We get blasted in the middle of the field, and we couldn't stop the run. That's it. So don't say that, Nida. I dig you, but don't say that. I think they're gonna be good at this tandem too, bro. I'm inspired that them two are together. You can imagine how much, but they played that way. I could accept that they were doing stuff new. I could accept that they were trying things out on this first game. But you gotta have that sold up, bro, by the second game, preseason game, because that third game ain't worth the shit to these starters. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. Pete's media call, he just said they ran the most vanilla play rest of the preseason. I expect that, but those vanilla plays, you need to run right, bro. I don't care if they're vanilla plays. Doesn't mean you look like shit. You call a play for a reason that you're gonna do something with it. What's the point of playing in a preseason game and you've got guys there and nothing happens from that play? You gotta have it. Ain't I want to run a gap play, see if it works out. What if it don't? What are you gonna do now? I want to run a power play, run it zone blocking. I want to run an outside zone. Let's see how the linemen move. That's what you're looking at. And we didn't do that right. The plays we ran weren't done right, vanilla or not. Run them right. Get yards. Be productive on those plays. The execution was nada, bro. Nada offensively. Yeah, we got plays. They were good plays. We got throws. We got some runs. But man, and they weren't, exquisite plays that we were getting. Do we notice the difference between Seattle and us? And it was a close game. Look at it. If it was a real game, we would have went overtime, and we probably would have lost that game because we couldn't run the ball and we couldn't stop the run. But I can't make a legitimate gripe with that because what the players are in there, man on man, fourth string on fourth string, we outdid them. Our scrubs were better than their scrubs, but our main guys were in there in the second half, beginning of the second half, and we still couldn't do shit running the football. JPJ and Meredith were in there in the second half, and we couldn't do nothing. And it's been that way, even with Chip Kelly. I don't know what. I just expected a whole different type feeling from this guy because I know this guy is an impatient guy. For one, he said in seminars, I've been seeing him. I went to seminars, and Chip Kelly was there. He doesn't look like he waiting around for shit. He doesn't look like he gonna let you defensively figure him out. He's gonna be a step ahead of you. Now during the preseason, you can work on things. You could say, "Hey, I'm gonna run Zamir Wright on a play count. I want to see him do this, third down type stuff, doing things like that." But if I wanted somebody doing a tush push, I would want Zamir White in there. Zamir White wasn't in there. And to be honest with you, Collier's a bigger guy than Zamir White. When you look, Collier just ain't throwing up fucking muscle pictures everywhere thinking that he's good. Collier proved that he's a productive guy, who he plays against. I believe that. I'm with you on that. Cam Miller had his opportunity and played well, who he was against. But I ain't getting all excited about it, bro, because we know what's really gonna happen, bro. The guy with the experience, the guy with the Marcelo. This is benefiting Cam Miller. The third game of the season, Cam Miller's playing the whole freaking game. I hope. I have him get a better quality team that's deep, the 49ers. But I don't think all the receivers are hurt. But with the way we feel about this secondary, even starting secondary, what about Ayuk was playing and all these dudes was playing for the 49er wide receiver group? Like I said, just imagine if Cooper Kupp and Jigba was out there. Jesus Christ. The fuck you think would have happened? With no push. And Donald out there throwing dots. Donald ain't going to fucking shorter ball. It's more of a body language than anything, with exceptions of Jamal. They looked like they was ready, bro. It was uncultural wise of a Pete Carroll team. And a lot of these are his guys, bro. A lot of guys he took to. He couldn't sit out there and say on his press conference, "Oh, all right, I'm done with these lies, man. I'm done with people. Everything's all right. We work on it. I want to hear that. We got a lot to do. We got a lot to do. And that a lot he ain't lying about. I can't say the intensity. I like our intensity. I like the way the second half guys. Yeah, the fourth quarter guys. I like that intensity. I like the way we were doing. But the situation we had on a rush situation where we had to run our kicker out there, we fucked up. That's important. But we're not going to think that. Let me go with my boy right here. The analogy we were saying earlier about Genty and Josh Jacobs was one on point. Maybe we need to fix the trenches up offensively, defensively. Maybe with next draft, we'll find those gaps. I don't want to wait for the next. We had opportunities to do that, and we messed that up. I don't care about regimes or whatever. Our second pick didn't have to be Besh. Our second pick could have been a defensive lineman. Now we want to wait until the fifth round, sixth round to get our defensive lineman backups. And those ain't panning well either because they didn't get no push. We give our players so much chances to develop and be good when they're first, second, third rounders. That's bullshit to me, bro. We've been doing that, and I want to see production. I want to see production from these guys, not what you're saying. All these guys gonna ball out. You can't say no one balled out this game. Raider Nation 510. What's up, man? AOC made the whole team look bad too. Needs to get traded or released. I don't think they're gonna release him. I don't think they're gonna release him. I think he's gonna stick around because he has the experience, bro. And AOC is not a bad quarterback, bro. But I don't want to depend on this dude to take our team. Yeah, I'll be around tonight, Jeff. Why? What's up? I'll get on with you, bro. Might as well get on though. I'll check it out. I don't want to get on a show where I get bitched at all day. I know you agree with me on some stuff because I heard you say it. And there's stuff that we don't agree on. But I very much, I know you agree with half the shit I'm saying right now. And I know you real and you're about to say it. I'm be the first one. I want to be the first one to say there's things we need to work on. And we ain't even getting the depth of what Radio Nation 510 saying. The tackling from the cornerbacks is coachable. They know how to tackle, bro. They don't need coach stuff. Just taking bad angles, but covers was sticky. Covers was they were throwing the ball all over the place, bro. But are you confident with that? Coachable tackling is it is what it is, bro. The angles you need to take. We're depending on our corners to make tackles, bro. Where's our linebackers at? Well, let's talk about that. Where was our stopping of the run at the line of scrimmage? Where was that at? We're talking about corners making tackles. It shouldn't happen that way. If your corners are the leading tackles on your team, you got a fucking problem. We got a problem if our corners are making tackles all over the place on our field. For one, you're getting the yards, and for two, it ain't supposed to be that way. That's the biggest picture. We take something that's good in a player and we overblow it and we say we're gonna be sold up right here. I just can't understand how you know we obviously there are some good things that came out of this game, some good things, and the wait and see attitude is acceptable at this time right now to me, even though I'm not with that. I expected a lot more from this team. I didn't expect them to ball all out, get 500 yards, all this shit. I didn't expect all that, but I expected some good. I expected a new view of my team, but they look the same way. They look the same way with different players that we're satisfied with. That players that we thought were going to be dope. The lateral moves that we so called made and free agency, the lateral moves. You can't even cover number twos. When I wanted number one players. Right now, would you give a shit how much cap we were in? We'd be worried about that. You all in the Raiders' pockets? We would have paid money to get Jalen Ramsey. You think that shit would have fucking happened? Balling out, Drew Lock balling out on us? Nah, it wouldn't have happened, bro. If Jalen, and you guys would get on my chat and say, Jalen, what's his name? Is sorry, but he's a 66 best player on the fucking top 100 by teammate, by players. He's 66 best. Jalen Ramsey's the 66 best player out of 100 guys. But he sucks with Raider fans. We wanted Levante David from Tampa Bay. Well, we could have got his ass, right? Paid him a little money and got him. He's in the 60s and 100 best players in the NFL. But we don't want them dudes. We'll take Atlanta Roberts and fucking Pratt and all them guys. The fuck that shit. All right, Jeff, I'm with you. Let me know, man, because it's dinner night, bro. Okay, you gonna talk about last night? I didn't see your show, bro. I listened to it a little bit. I listened to when you was I was the exact same thing was happening when you said that Thornton take plays. I seen that from the get when he wasn't getting the ball, he walking. People didn't see that. People didn't see that at camp. He must have been doing it at camp because if he's doing it in the game, he's doing it in practice. We got a Wavon, a fucking wide receiver that we think is number one. Is it Wavon, huh? You can't do that. For one, you're gonna get hurt. You ain't gonna last. About last night. Send you a leak tonight about last night. All right. Get on me on IG, man. Tell me what about last night. What happened? I wasn't doing nothing last night, bro. I didn't get in no trouble. I was chilling with the lady. But tonight is her night. So I'm gonna take her out for a little bit. Do a little. You know what it is about married life, bro. Got to take care of Miss Gravy, Mrs. Gravy. Mac Miller, much better fit for this offense at AOC, and he's performing better being a rookie who should have brought in a quarterback like Joe Flacco. Hey, Joe Flacco's winning that race in Cleveland. We're gonna find out tonight, aren't we? Gonna see what's up with that. I bet you tonight, I could guarantee you this. Tonight is gonna be the most watched preseason game in history of football. Tonight will. I'm gonna say it right now. I haven't heard nobody say it, but tonight, because I want Shadeur to be so successful. And you know what? I hope he is, bro. I'm rooting for the dude. I'm rooting for the dude because I think it was a joke how he got in the NFL. I do. I didn't want him for our team, but it's a joke what happened to him. And I blame his father for it. To stay out your kids' business, man. They're at an age to stay out your children's business. And sometimes you need to do that. But protect your children at all times. I mean that. But you were cool with the decisions that he made, and they probably were inspired by you because the way you were. And I see them acting just like you when you came into the NFL, dictating where you're gonna go, dictating what. But you were the man. Deion Sanders was special. You knew that from the get, and he became that. And they could pull their weight with the way you are. Malcolm Jones shouldn't be coming in the first or second down. You cannot set the edge or stop the run. That's what we wanted, bro. That's what we wanted, bro. It's not gonna be the case to where that we have all this optimism and what Kuntz is gonna do. And if he's in a situation to where that you're against whack ass offensive linemen, decorated low budget offensive linemen, and you can't do nothing, either you're still injured or coming off it, you ain't in shape, or you just ain't good. Because Max wasn't doing nothing, and so was you. I expect you guys to be a good team together, but against guys like that, you should dominate. And I ain't with this 80%, 70%. I ain't with that. Mm-mm. I ain't with that. You should dominate. If you're put in that situation, you should dominate. ASAP says, "Damn, talk the talk. Wish your and that man can talk. They're fans like you, OD. How can you not agree for all you're saying? The freaking fact you dominate and alpha energy right on that. Thank you, brother. That man and you're cool, man. With them too. They cool. They good. I'm good. I'm good. I have a good relationship with your. Those dudes got a good show. I support them. Got no problems with them. I wanted Hendrickson. That ain't gonna solve nothing, bro. No. I'm with that. No one wants to pay. No Raider fans are adapted to this low budget shit now. Night out. So, I was with that. Let's go get this dude. All he wants is money. We got a bunch of it. Let's get him. Now we regret we were saying it. Okay, you want to talk about that for sure, bro. People are gonna start getting on me though. I want to see what good somebody like. Who's the goody two shoes on there? Who's gonna be on that show? When the Raiders can't do no wrong, bro. I know me and you are like that. What a Raider. Chris is one of those. Is Chris on the show? He gonna be on Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Oh, let's see what happened later. I'll get with that. I'm down for it. Let's go. I'm down for it. I love Chris for Raider. Raider Gospel from the ride. I love it from the Raider. Raider Gospel from the ride. People should be mainstream. Y'all fans kind of deserve a lot more. I'm getting a feeling that that's the homeboy for me, the Chargers fan. But thanks for the inspiration, man. I dig it. You know what's up, man. I got your IG. That's what's up. It's not up to me who blocked you on the show, bro. So I don't give a shit what you say about the Raiders. Lakers in 5. What's up, man? Been seeing you for a minute. Where you been at, man? Thanks for being here, Coach Gravy. Thanks for being here, Coach Gravy, man. Lakers in 5. You always used to be on with us, man. You don't do it no more. Come on. Get back on. Jump on shit, bro. You gonna miss the boat. The rest of Mad Max will do too much. He just needs to stay at defensive line. I see that, bro. I seen him lining up inside, going inside, just take him out to play. He needs a pass rush. I know mixing things with him is all right, but I seen him like 3 downs in a row just go inside, bro. And they went outside. They went to the perimeter and got off yards. And they were past the line of scrimmage, and then now corners got to come in and tackle instead of covering. We're gonna get hit with that, bro, because a lot of these guys are going to perimeter, staying back, and they're throwing the ball downfield on a little trick play. We're gonna get popped with that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Trap God, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, my boy. Maybe Pete is a little too far over the hill to be coaching still. I ain't gonna think that yet, bro. I ain't gonna think that yet. But I didn't see no Pete Carroll in this team. Trap God, I didn't see no Pete Carroll in this team at all yesterday. And I've watched Pete Carroll teams, but maybe just don't have the dudes, man. Maybe the dudes are different. He got dudes for him, man. He didn't have a lot of. He had the assets, bro. He just ain't have the dudes, and that's what I'm thinking. With me and Chris, Bobby Chewy, all right, that's good. I'm down for that. I don't think I've been on a show with Chewy before. Fresno guys ain't seen him. He don't got Instagram. You know what, Raider Nation 5, Pete, you have to do that in a way. I'm not the type guy, I've coached various different areas, and I wasn't a head coach at a high level, but I've been a coordinator, and I'm not gonna coaches that I like let me run what I do, and he agrees with it. You got coaches that don't like what you're doing, and they get in there and they say, "Nah, I don't want to do this. I don't think this is good at the situation." Head coach goes with the flow of the game, changes it, dictates it, runs the time. If you want to get faster, you do that, or slow it down. Hey, Chip, slow it down a little bit. You do that. You don't want to micromanage your coordinators, dude. We got 2 good coordinators. We can't micromanage them and get all in a mix. It's bad. The attitude, the charisma, the culture of the team is Pete Carroll. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see no Pete Carroll in this team last night. Tell me if you did. Tell me if you disagree. Jamal Adams had Pete Carroll in him, but that's Jamal Adams. If you guys remember him, he always played like that. I thought I heard you say something about Lowe's mom. Nah, that was dirty Raider, bro. Not Lowe. Dirty Raider. You know him. Get at him and give her condolences, bro. Maybe you got the link in your IG for the night. I did. I seen something on there. I'll tell you right now, dude. Yeah, I got it. The stream y'all. I got a link. I'll hold on to that, man. When I get back, or I'm back sooner when it starts at 7 or something like that. I'll get on it. What's up, Soul? I seen your comment, man. Where you at? What up, Soul? What you doing? Get ready. You got the date for fantasy, my boy. I'll tell you what, you on the huddle squad and you try to do that auto pick, it ain't gonna work. You're gonna get kicked out and keep your money. No auto picks. Be there. The date's on there. If you need it, I'll send it to you. I figured Gabby will have his Tyree Luby jersey on today. Hey, Gabe can wear his little Luby jersey. I mean his he probably got both. I don't think he's much of a other fan. Hold on just a second, people. Sorry that was mama getting ready for the plans tonight. Sorry about that, people. Shout out to the 25 up in the house. They took your soul. I figured Gabby would have his. Nah, bro. I don't got no of those damn guys' jerseys. All my jerseys are old school, bro. I want to get a number 2. I think I would have got a number 2 either way. Yeah, I got it, bro. I got the link. Here we go, Raider Nation. I'm behind the chat a little bit, so I'll get back. I'll get up to you. Might be a little bit late. Send attention to VC, different, look more. They look the same to me, bro. If you look at last year, they look this year. Was playing zone, not playing nickel, but playing zone. He has Jamal Adams in there. Jamal Adams is a linebacker, so it was good to see 3 linebackers out there, but the other 2 linebackers didn't do shit. So whatever you take from that, we didn't stop the run. And just to be sugarcoated, man, well, like you're more authentically real, just giving you the greater flowers, OG. That's good. I thought to have no bad mojo in your heart. I see forgiveness shows your ID. That didn't really do nothing to me. We had our little difference one show, I guess, but I don't take stuff deep. I don't take stuff deep. Unless you do stupid shit to me, fucking my family and stuff. And I don't give a shit what you say to me. You start talking about my fam, bro. It's on. I'll get old school on your ass quick. And that's not hard to do. Do you see Luby taking Zamir's spot in the dip truck? No way. I do not. He shined. He deservingly so. He needs to give back. Yeah, a you know, bad season last year. Didn't get the opportunities. Why pick the dude if we ain't gotta make him go out there and shine? AP shit. It looks like all AP shit was bad. So I'll just give or take, but I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna push, bro. He's gonna be on special teams, bro. He's gonna make the team. He's gonna make the team. He's a hard worker. It look like he got a lot of determination. Be a good gunner, bro. We lost Lonnie Johnson to be a gunner, and I don't think his return potential is there. So it might be we might see a lot of them. Yeah, I got you. I'll get on, bro. What day is it? You in the chat, so Holler Squad, I think the 29th at 5 o'clock. All right. I got you. You're there. There we go. Raider Nation 510. To be honest, Pete and Joe Wood scheme on the back end of the defense. The front, the front seven still had some same tendencies. PG and Rod Leonard. You really dissecting that defense, Pete Carroll's defense, but it's Pete. It's Patrick Graham's defense with the and Pete Carroll agrees with it. He just throw his little shit in there, but I see none of Pete Carroll's enthusiasm and want to in his defense different. It's the same shit. Pete Carroll's his own guy. I hope you don't auto grab, bro. I understand we are still another draft and offseason away from being a complete team. I think so. I'm with you on that, so and I thought we'd be better this year, bro. I thought we would have went out and win now. We ain't at that point. We ain't at that aspect, I don't think. Hey, look, man, everything can change. We could be a whole different team. Maybe they said, fuck this shit. We ain't coming out like this. We're going to come out aggressive. We're going to start bombing. We're going to start doing some efficient, high percentage plays, even though they're basic. But these plays that we're doing now might work in a regular game, bro. You get the play right. Don't fuck it up. Don't do things to mess it up. Block. Do your assignment. I know it's hard, bro, but do it. Fuck, let's go. Let's get it going, baby. We're so pumped up about this offensive coordinator. We made him look bad last night. We're so pumped up about this defensive coordinator and this head coach. We looked bad last night. You see what? Hey, hit the like, man. Subscribe to Coach Gravy, bro. And then Raider Nation Live, man. There's three of us, bro. Raider Nation Live. I mean, Raider, and what up, Low? Raider Game 420 on myself, Coach Gravy. All of us have our individual YouTube shows, bro. I'm really on mine. But we're all a Raider Nation Live. Sub the Raider Nation Live. Bump that up. Give us some likes on this show. It all is going to both my boys. We share it all. Gabe's gonna be on by himself a couple more times. Gabe, Lowe's doing different things. He wants to get into gaming and DJ shit. He wants to bring all that out. So, all of us been talking about mental health stuff and then we crazy in the head, bro. So, some of the best shows I've been on, man, Raider Nation were mental health shows. How crazy we are. Those are some of the best shows we were in. Me and Twan can tell you about that. The play where was said all the blitz and only let Palomar like covers was bad play design. Lift them on the island over we could cover. I didn't see that, bro, but it was crazy. I would get Chin in there and I would get Jamal Adams in there. I seen it from Jamal Adams a lot. Jamal Adams can bash on running back. He'll bash on a running back and get that quarterback. He blitzed him a couple of times, bro. He blitzed Jamal Adams. That's the guy we're gonna get out there to do. Then we can't take the holiday without the rock. Yeah. Well, I don't expect him to run the football unless some drastic things happen. I think Collier's that guy, bro. I think Collier's that dude. So he proved to me, man. He ain't no joke, man. He runs hard, bro. He runs hard. And it looked like he got some pretty good pass coverage in him too. So I got this. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem for me. I ain't got no problems with Collier making the team. If he don't, you're a good pickup for somebody else. But I think Collier's a good special teams guy too. He'll be an asset for that team. Got to see you tonight. All right, bro. I'll see you, man. Have a good day. All right, man. We 4 hours in. Didn't expect to be this long, but we had a good debate. Much love to Twan being on here, man. Always good to talk to my boy. I hope everything's good with that. Want to thank everybody that was here, man. We had Jeff in here, Soul, Raider Nation 410. I had Night Owl in here, bro. I had Mark Thomas was in here. We had a timeout. Mark Thomas, thank you for being here. Trap God, what's up? Good to see you again. ASAP Hood Goat, man. The other guy, Ready Nation 410. Go down the line, man. My boy Mike was in here. My opinion was in here. All you guys, man. Alec was in here. Alec M, what's up? Rodrigo was in here. I'm gonna go check out. I don't know if today had a pop a thing with House Junkies. What's up? All down the line. Who was there first? Ready P. Angelo, transplant Angelo. What's up? Thank you for being here, man. All you guys, thank you very much for showing up. We was almost at the point we have 40 deep watching a show, a pop-up show, man. I do these a lot. I'm gonna do one basically almost after every game so we can talk about it. But the next one, man, I hope everything pans out and we get some good vibes out of us out of this next live conversation I'm gonna have with you. So I want to say peace out, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all on Sunday, man. Rare Nation Live Show. Peace out.